people who don't support me, I want to prove them wrong, and people who supported me, I want to prove them right. What I look for is actually very simple. I look for people who have the success that I want to have. That's the first indicator. So let's say if you want to your MDRT, make sure this mentor has also achieved your MDRT, his MDRT also.
Yeah.
Second thing I look for is the method they use to achieve the MDRT. Whether I can replicate, whether it's similar, like of similar values, similar beliefs as me. It's important to have a culture of people, or surround yourself with people who are like driven, have the same goals, same values as you. Then you will feel more driven also to go and work for your goals. It doesn't matter whether you're introvert or extrovert, as long as you can show that you care for people more. So, example, if you're an extrovert, right, then you know how to talk a lot, you're very fluent with your speech, then a good communicator. But if people don't feel that you care for them, you'll lose out to an introvert who genuinely cares for people.
As part of my work at Trident Digital, I've come across many elite advisors and top agency leaders in this industry. While many in the industry are struggling to make ends meet, these elite advisors seem to have it all together, and it begs the question, what would it take to become an elite? You might be a young advisor watching this interview series, or you are a seasoned advisor looking to transit into the new normal and pivoting your business online. Join me on this journey where I speak to these elite advisors to uncover their secrets to their success. We'll be exploring their struggles, achievements, and the mindset they uphold, which can potentially elevate your financial advisory business to the next level. My name is Brian Ching, and welcome to Elite Advisors Decoded. Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Elite Advisors Decoded. And today I've invited Geraint Liu from IEM Advisory, and he's one of the top advisors, young and upcoming on social media. He's on everywhere on Facebook, Instagram with his amazing stories that he shares over there. So today I wanted to interview Geraint because he's a particular advisor that I'm working with right now, and we are helping him with his content on social media. And I felt very interesting because when I see his content, right, I don't particularly notice that he's an introvert, and then when I see the behind the scenes of how much work he puts into social media, right, it's really insane. And that's why I wanted to invite him to share more about his mindset, his direction towards social media, and how he runs his business. So, Geraint, could you maybe introduce yourself a little more? Yeah.
Okay, introduce myself a little more. Maybe I've been in this line for around 5 years already. And the first 2 years was quite a struggle for me because I faced a lot of challenges because of my personality. Because I was very fearful with people, very awkward, very nervous. So it took me quite a while to overcome the fear of like a one-to-one type of meeting. One to group, one to seminar type of style. So the first 2 years was quite tough, but after that it suddenly took off after I found some secret formulas that maybe share some of it to y'all today.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So maybe just to begin, what was there a specific turning point in this career on how you overcame this introvert nature of yours?
My introverted nature is still there, but I definitely put in a lot of effort to try to overcome all the fear of talking to people one-to-one. What was the turning point? Mainly is more like the reason why I want to do well and want to succeed. I think that's the biggest reason any advisor who wants to succeed should have, whether you're extrovert, introvert. Yeah. So I have a reason why. Mainly is to let other people who support me feel proud of me, prove the haters right. So I want to prove the haters wrong.
So people who didn't support you, like they doubted you, they throw shit at you, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, people who don't support, or people who don't support me, I want to prove them wrong. And people who supported me, I want to prove them right.
Okay. So that was more of like what made you stay in this industry lah. Does that make sense?
What made me stay is mainly actually because of my clients lah. Because nobody really supported me during my whole journey, my whole career. But my clients, some of them like they believe in me, they place their trust in me, money.
Yeah.
So I
Yes.
owe them some level of responsibility to do well in this career, to stay along for them. Then he became some of my leaders who believe in me, supported me. So
Okay.
well for them. So I do things well for other people.
Sure. So maybe now that we talk about leaders, right? Could you maybe share like who's like that one person that you look up to when building this business, and it could be from your current mentorship, or it could be someone else who you really look up to lah. Yeah.
People who I really look up to,
can be just one person or a few people. Yeah.
there's a lot of people actually, internally and externally. So some mentors, that means within the company. That is that's my direct manager. And a few leaders in the company, because they were also like me, they were also introverted by nature, but then they still did very well. So that's why I also joined them.
Look after that.
Yeah. People who I look up to externally, they are mainly they are more like my mentors in different areas of my business. For example, like for personal branding, the posting of the stories. That one, my mentor would be the Caleb Lau.
I see. Caleb. Yes, Caleb is amazing. Yeah. Is there so maybe could you share with the advisors, right, when you're building this business, right? What do you look for in these mentors when you are building this business? Yeah.
What I look for is actually very simple. I look for people who have the success that I want to have. That's the first indicator. So let's say if you want to your MDRT, make sure this mentor has also achieved your MDRT, his MDRT also.
Yeah.
Second thing I look for is the method they use to achieve the MDRT. Whether I can replicate, whether it's similar, like of similar values, similar beliefs as me. So if this person do his MDRT through maybe roadshow hard selling, it's not within my values, then I won't look for him. But if this person is more educational, more professional, then I'll look for him.
Makes sense.
Yeah, last factor is whether they actually care for you or not. Because sometimes they might have the results, they might have the right methods to get to the results, but then they don't really care for you so much. They care for themselves more. So the decisions they make will be more biased to themselves rather than.
I see. And maybe could you share like a specific story that like really that mentorship really helped you lah, I would say. Yeah. Like it could be any one of them. Maybe you could share with the advisors like how did it really help you when you found the right mentor? Yeah.
Okay, so I was struggling the first 2 years with my business because the methods that they taught me were not suitable for my personality, like cold call roadshow or not canvassing. It was very difficult for me. Not necessarily the mentor's fault or the methods. It's just not suitable. So I went to a seminar. I tried to find other ways to enhance my business further. So I went to a seminar by Chris Chan. So he taught about referral-based business, to ask how to build that sort of business where people come to you. So I implemented his strategies and then it worked for me, but I felt it was too stagnant. and he's very busy, so I cannot ask him for personal one-to-one coaching also. I feel quite so I thought that's why I just joined his previous agency, his ex-agency, which is a company lah, IM, where they do mainly referral-based business. So I decided to join under Dylan because his personality also similar to me and he has the results that I wanted to achieve also. So and he also cared for me lah.
Okay.
So with his under his guidance, I managed to build a referral-based business. He taught me what to look out for, what not to look out for. He sped up my process a lot, my success a lot. Then eventually managed to hit my MDRT lah. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So was it like a magic pill? Like once you join Dylan, then like suddenly things got better straight away, or like you went through a lot of shit to go and get there?
I went through a lot of, but it was a lot more enjoyable than the like the shit.
First 2 years. Yeah.
Because the first few years, what was lacking is the purpose, the direction, and hope. Like you don't know whether the strategies you do
will work.
Yeah, so you start to lose hope over time. But for this strategy, even though it's still very hard, the referral based business, but you never really lose the hope because the other people also having that success. You see our mentor also having that success. Then you will know that if this strategy can work for others, right, it can also work for you. So it's that hope that keeps you going, which was more enjoyable.
Okay. So what were the factors that go through your mind when you actually like, besides hoping that you know that you'll do well, what other factors contributed to that success within the 2 years? Like I think many people, they go through the shit, right? Then they even how hopeful they are, they don't succeed one. Like what do you think were the factors that helped to contribute to that success?
What were the factors? Definitely the right mentor is one. The right methods. This was covered just now. The right environment is also very important. So it's important to have a culture of people, or surround yourself with people who are like driven, have the same goals, same values as you. Then you will feel more driven also to go and work for your goals. And also the right mindset. So these 4 things.
Right mindset.
Yeah. Mentors, methods, mindset, environment. Because mindset, this one also need to surround yourself with people who are more abundant lah. That means people who share more, give more, and not just keep to themselves. Because I know a lot of other companies out there, they tend to keep to themselves because they see everyone as competitors, so they don't share with each other. But then if you put yourself in a team where everyone shares freely, everyone helps each other, lift each other up, you will see a lot of success very fast.
Agree. I think the whole reason of this interview series as well is to really all the advisors that I'm interviewing, like they are being very abundant to share as much with the existing advisors. And many of them, I think we have to all see everyone as you are in the same industry, not as competitors lah. If you are able to elevate each other expertise, it transforms the entire industry to be a respectable one. Because I think that many people are still very they still had a skepticism when it comes to advisors, right? But then if you are able to help each other, everyone will be able to grow together, and that's very important. And I think if you have heard the past few sharings as well, they always pinpoint on the same point about sharing with one another, and I think Geraint is one of the few advisors that I know who is very abundant to share. And maybe you could share with us more about like since we can dive deeper on like when you are introverted advisor, what some tips when you will give them when they are trying to build their personal brand? Because I know you go through a lot of grinding behind, hustle behind the scenes when you're filming yourself, posting content. I think this is something that other advisors don't see. Yeah.
Okay, one special tip is you don't look at the personal brand, whether online or offline. You need to know what attracts people. And what attracts people is if you are a person of value. That's one. And a person really cares for people. So you need to have that sort of mindset first before you do online marketing or offline strategies. Then you can communicate that out better to the world. Because okay, so example, if you are, it doesn't matter whether you're introvert or extrovert, as long as you can show that you care for people more. So example, if you're an extrovert, right, then you know how to talk a lot, you're very fluent with your speech, then a good communicator. But if people don't feel that you care for them, you'll lose out to an introvert who genuinely cares for people. Yeah. So definitely work on yourself first to not be so desperate or so focused on your own concerns and your own fears. Focus on other people's concerns and try and alleviate them, trying to solve them. So when you come with that mentality, right, then when you approach your personal branding or your interaction with anybody, it will be more attractive to people.
Right.
Yeah. So for personal branding, like for me, I always share a lot of my personal stories, but they know my intention. Or even if they don't know my intention, I state it in my post. So I always repeat my intention, which is to help others like overcome their challenges, overcome their problems. So my agenda, they know my intention, that is to help them freely. That's why people have that perception that I am more, I give freely more.
Yeah. I think having no agenda behind your mind, like giving without expecting anything in return, is very important. Like many people, they give something, right, then they want another thing in return. But then I think if you don't have that expectation of, when I give you this, you buy a policy from me, that kind of thing, like, or not, give me an appointment, that kind of thing. But you just really give freely, people can feel it, like you really care for them.
One thing that one quote my mentor always says is, when you take care of other people's selfish needs, your own selfish needs will be taken care of. So you don't have to worry about your needs, your concerns. You just focus on helping others solve them. Your own needs will naturally be solved. So you need to have that mentality, that mindset, that it will come back.
Yeah, whatever you give will unknowingly just come back to you lah. I hope if you guys are listening to this and this is good stuff, do share this, with more people who you believe that you will really help them in this business. And I think the mindset, right, is always the first 15% to really help you succeed for the rest of the business lah. Many people don't have the right mindset for this business. They see it as a job. They see this as another 9 to 5 industry. But I think if you are able to visualize it as a business where you constantly give, and this is what Gary Vee said, right? You can have a right hook afterwards. That is where people really will want to support you through this business. And I think, Geraint, just now you shared about something that really made you want to. Was there anything that really made you want to give up in this business? Because I think as a you tried many things, and then now you are doing so well on social media. But you said that there was this 2-year period where you were struggling, right? Was there any period where you wanted to really give up in this business? Yeah.
Period where I wanted to give up. There were many times I wanted to give up. Mainly because my parents weren't super supportive because I wasn't doing well. That's one. There's a lot of issues with my family, my friends. So like I kept losing friends also because I approached them in a way that was very desperate, very neat. So I didn't know whether I was suitable for this career. When I see like other of my colleagues who are very good with words, good with people, they can close so easily.
Mm,
So there were a few times that I wanted to give up, but I remembered why I wanted to join and stay in this business in the first place, which was many
mm,
reasons.
yeah.
One was the proving people wrong and proving others
Mm,
right. That one.
correct. Yeah.
Second of all is the time freedom and the financial
Mm,
freedom that I enjoy in this career, and
mm,
the the dream of being like financially free if I do
mm,
this career. So those are the shallow
yeah.
ones, but the deeper ones are more like after 2 years, right? I seen a lot of people who are struggling financially also. I see a lot of people making mistakes. They buy
Mm,
plans, they are not suitable for them. They invest in things that lost money. So the longer I stay in this business, the more reasons I felt that there was a need to stay to
mm,
serve and help others. I cannot just leave them there, like lose
yeah.
money. Yeah, because sometimes maybe I just share with you one story lah. One of my friend,
Mm,
he lost money from investing in some stocks. Then he came to
mm,
me for help, but then I couldn't help them because I cannot just make the stock suddenly go up, ma.
yeah.
Yeah. So that sense of helplessness um, also keeps me going lah, to prevent others from making the same mistakes. That's why I go in the educational approach.
Mm, right, right. Okay, okay. And then what changed when last time you were pushy and then friends started to leave you? Like, what was the approach you took instead to make them don't find you so pushy and they like you even more and they want to support you even more? Like besides giving them value and stuff like that, was there anything that changed?
Okay, so what I did after that to slowly change the mind is I focus more on other people instead. So instead of focusing on same friends, I focus on others instead. I try a different
Mm.
approach, others. The more giving, the more educational route. So
Ah,
when I do that, then I gain more trust. So I'm able to take like pictures with my prospects, my clients, able to get more testimonials from them, able to get more referrals from them. And I post all those social proof to my social media. So when I post social proof to social
mm,
media, then naturally the friends who that felt I was being too pushy, they come and they thought maybe this person maybe changed already. This person maybe changed.
mm.
Approach me, they go and test whether am I still the same like before or have I changed. So I just use the same approach. I became more educational. Then they realized I changed. So they refer more people, gave me more testimonials, take picture with me. Then I collected more social proof. I just keep repeating that approach. It's a snowball effect.
Awesome. Wow. I think that's really powerful because many of them, especially some advisors want to change, right? They they struggle to change also because their current friends already have that bad impression of them.
Hmm.
And when they want to start changing, then it's also a bit hard for them because all their current friends will still see them as the typical insurance agent. And I think that is important. So probably can try a new group of friends and provide more education instead of, yeah, I think
Hmm.
education is a really good way to educate your customers, and then that way they will trust you to buy from you.
Yeah.
That is very important. So in terms of the competency wise, like what form of education like do you usually like share with them? Like, is it very technical stuff or is it more of just simplifying the entire process?
Mm. Usually I customize the education stuff to the person.
Mm,
So because there's a wide range of clients to meet. So some are
yes.
very educated, some very not so educated. So
Mm,
what you want to do is to prepare your slides in a very simple manner, as simple as possible. But then you equip yourself with as much knowledge as possible to handle the more educated clients. Anyway, most people, like around 80-90%, they are mostly beginner level. So you just need to master the beginner stuff, present in a way that they understand, like even kids understand. If you can present in a way that even children can understand, right? You know that you are presenting the right way. Basically, make your presentation as simple as possible, but equip your knowledge to like the expert level, so you can handle a wide range of customers.
Okay. So what is there like a current, like when you approach the prospect, do you like make it like a presentation, or like how do you usually approach like let's say you meet them for coffee, right? And then like suddenly you're presenting, or is it a very natural transition for you?
Firstly, when I meet the person, they already know the agenda. So I set the agenda beforehand that we're just going to talk about finances. Or we're just going to catch up. I don't really cross the agenda too much, because if not, they will use a bait and switch kind of tactic. But whatever the case, right, whether the agenda is to catch up or the agenda is to talk about finances, I make it all about them. That means I ask a lot more questions than me talking. Because sometimes I know if I talk too much, right, they'll feel very boring, especially when my tone is like naturally very flat one, and my energy is lower. So sometimes when I talk too much,
Yeah.
like fall asleep. Like got some people literally like dozing off, like yawning. So I know my weakness. So that introvert, maybe probably that could be a weakness. So instead of talking so much, I ask a lot more questions. Yeah.
Okay. I think that's very important for self-awareness. Like many people don't have that self-awareness about themselves, about what kind of advisor are they, or like what kind of person are they. Because naturally when you know better about yourself, you are able to portray yourself in a much better version. So was there like maybe some tips, how do you find out that that was like your weakness, or like was it like feedback from people, or you just notice it by yourself?
It's mainly feedback from people. Because usually after every appointment, right, I will ask feedback from my clients, like which part can be improved, what do you like about this whole thing, and that's how you can get testimonials
Yeah.
also, and also on
Yeah.
they yeah, good stuff is like they find me sincere, genuine. Then not so good stuff is usually like quite boring. Uh, when you talk too slow, can speed up faster. Yeah, so like those more honest feedback,
Yeah.
I take it, then I try and improve it to my business
Right.
process. Then the good ones, I turn it to testimonials.
Yeah. I think we are always constantly improving. So there's never a point where there is no honest feedback is always very good, I would say, especially if you are newer to the industry. And what do you think you would actually advise yourself as a back then 5 years ago, or a new agent that is joining this industry, right? What kind of advice would you give them? Yeah.
What kind of advice would I give them? Okay, the first thing is to read this particular book. It's called Go Giver. To
Yes.
train your mindset to be a giver.
Yes.
In fact, I ask all my mentees, people who join me, to read this book first. That's the first thing. So Go Giver and the Go Giver that sells more. I think there's two books you can read.
Yes.
So keep your mindset to be giving. That's the first one. Number two is to be more, to don't focus on your own fears and your concerns so much. Because naturally, when you just started, you have a lot of fears and concerns. What if my friend reject me? What if I don't do well?
Yep.
What if my friend see me as a salesperson? So you have a list of fears and concerns. So you want to turn that as your drive behind the scenes. So okay, naturally you'll feel that form of desperation, that fear and desperation. So use that fear and desperation to maybe like role play more often, uh, get familiar more with your products, all the back end stuff.
Yes.
With yourself to be more competent. That's all the back end stuff. Then when you meet the client, right, you need to show your abundant side. Like it's okay, you don't have to invest with us, don't invest with me. They have to insure me. Then naturally they will feel more at ease with you, and they will ask you more, refer more people to you, and your business will grow from there. You need to know where to channel your desperation, your desperate energy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think at the start you will feel very desperate to like you want to close more, you want to do very well, that kind of stuff. Is it?
Yeah, because some of y'all sign a package with the company, then you have the targets to hit. Then if y'all don't hit the targets, then might have to claw back some commission. That's one. And number two is when you are more desperate, you'll naturally repel people away from you, and you will become even more desperate. So the desperate snowball will keep on. Then sooner or later you won't have anybody to meet already.
Right. Okay, so to summarize that 3 points, I would say is to start by having the go giver mindset. Read the book, 2 books, Go Giver and the Go Giver that sells more. Secondly is to really channel your desperate energy away, correct? And the last one, there's one more that you shared, that is to really show your more abundant side to your customers, correct? Yes. Yeah. Okay, sounds good. And I think the last question that I have, right, to all my interviewees is that what will you be doing this year 2021? It's a year of digitalization. It's many advisors are really stepping up their game, I think. And what's your plan and your what are you gonna do to go and scale this business in 2021?
Okay, so it'll be quite surprising to hear because I'm known as like the online guru. But next year I'll be focusing a lot more offline side, which is developing relationships with my existing clients, getting referrals from there, more business hopefully, and getting more referrals. Plus, I realize that they are more quality,
Right.
referral, definitely more high quality because they are from word of mouth, and you spend lesser time to go and nurture them. You don't have so much time to nurture them. So definitely I'll be still doing my online strategies, like posting on my social media accounts, posting my stories to build the like and trust. But I'll shift a bit more focus on the offline side also.
So in terms of offline strategies, like what would be like, how do you actually manage to get so much referrals from people like who put their trust with you? Like is there any like particular method, maybe very general, like how do you ask them for referrals? Because I think there's a struggle many advisors also face, like they can't really get referrals from their current pool of clients.
Okay, actually very simple. Firstly, before you can get anything, you have to give first, correct? So you need to give very, very early on, and find any opportunities you have to give. So, for example, we were having this conversation, me and my client. I was just asking her, so how you been doing? Then she said she is feeling a bit stressed, quite stressed with her work. So I immediately ordered a massage cushion for her. Yeah, so it sent to her by surprise. Then she was very surprised that I actually gave it to her. So she was very happy. Then she invested a bit more with me. That's one, but it wasn't enough to get her to refer people to me. So what I did was I talked to her more. Then she said that after she invests, she feel also a bit sad because she wanted to buy a Lego set for herself. So I immediately asked her like, what kind of Lego set are you looking for? Then I got the Lego set that she wanted for Christmas. Then she was very happy.
Nice angle, nice angle.
Yeah. Then she started to refer a lot of people to me. Yeah. So sometimes you have to give quite a lot first before you can get what you want. And the gift is not just random gifts. It is very customized to the person's situation. Yeah. And you can only find out you can only find out what the person really want when you talk to them more often. So basically, I encourage the advisors who have existing clients to talk to our clients more, just catch up with them, then find different angles to try and surprise them and help them out. It may be in form of gifts, it may be in form of referrals.
Emotional support.
Yeah, emotional support also. So referrals also can. So, example, I have a client who has a spa business, has a spa business, but she's finding to market her spa business. So I referred her another advisor who is female, who is like an influencer advisor that maybe that she can promote, like maybe I don't know, have some tie up with her or something to promote the spa
Right.
business. So with that, then she also very happy. Then she also referred quite a lot of people to me also.
Right. Thinking win-win is very important. Yes.
Yeah.
Agree. That's awesome.
Basically finding different ways and angles to help people out before you ask them for referrals. Sometimes you don't even ask, they'll automatically come to you if you help enough.
When they feel it, they know it they know it one. Yeah.
I'll catch any opportunity to show care and concern.
Definitely. Okay. Thank you so much for your time, Geraint. And last but not least, where can the advisors who are listening to this interview, where can they find you at? Where's the best platform? Where's the best way to find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Liu. Facebook also Geraint Liu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if you want to know more about Geraint, and then contact him, find out more about how he does his business, feel free to reach out to him. I think he's someone who's very willing to share with advisors and help them elevate their business. All right. Okay. Thank you, Geraint, for your time, and goodbye.
Thanks for having me. Thank you. Bye-bye.